everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Mystic Messenger. So, we got a new chat room open called Richness in Wine, which I can only assume is going to be a Juman chat room. Whoa, quelle surprise! Okay, let's do it. Welcome, Juman. Good night. The stars are beautiful. You must be seeing a lot of stars over there. I'm seeing them right here in the chat room. From my place, the only things that I can see are clouds casting a very slight veil over the moon. Stars are beautiful, like you said, but I don't think such a sky is too bad. I feel good this evening. There was a gift waiting for me at home. The box looked familiar in size, and just as I thought, there was wine inside. It was from a market business I signed a business deal with. You got your deal, congrats! Do you like wines? You do a lot of business. You got your deal. Thank you, but this is nothing new. I secure the maximum profit I can gain. That's my ability and a gift. One thing that caught my eyes was the picture of me testing wine during a meeting a few months ago. Very lovely. What could this mean? It's not a scandalous photo, is it? Maybe they want to have you as their model. Maybe it's a paparazzi. You should call the police. Maybe they want you as their model. I'm a businessman, not a model. Of course, I often provide pictures of myself for magazine covers. But that's all part of the marketing to advertise the company's image. Because whenever my face envelops the magazine covers, the stock prices for ZNR never fails to skyrocket. Its power is just as marvelous as a company advertisement that requires at least millions of ones. They could have added a card with the wine. Oh, I raised the wine box and I see a card next to it. I knew they wouldn't send a picture without a message. Let's see. We think you are a perfect fit for our concept when you sip wine. Thus, we'd like to have you as our model. That's what it says. Told you. I thought they would offer something like that to Zen. Congrats, are you going to say yes? Juman, you've already got talents. Now you're telling me that you've got looks as well? Congrats. I'm not sure if this is something that deserves congratulations. When they want to send a business gift like this, they should send it to the company. Why send it to my home? Jaehee would have filtered it out. Since when does he call her Jaehee instead of Assistant Kang? Ugh! But aren't you delighted? Tell me about it. Did you tell them where you live? No, not many people know my residence, but that's a good point. But since they know where I live, perhaps they know my father. Tomorrow I should tell Jaehee to look into this. I got to know such proposals exist for me. Anyways, because it was sent to my home. A model, huh? Mila, do you think I would make a fine brand model? I think the question is not whether you'd make a fine model, but what would be the efficiency in relation to the blank. Yes, absolutely, you have this luxurious atmosphere. Nope, smart things. To the budget. You can actually see that. Impressive. You seem to possess a business-related insight. I agree with you. The question is not whether I'll make a fine model. Rather, it's whether having me as a model is possible in the first place. Simply put, I'll make an expensive ad model. You can't imagine how much it takes to purchase an hour of my time. I will gladly spare my time if they can provide an equal amount of money that I make as I work for an hour. That will be much more helpful to my corporation. But normally business works better than modeling to help the advancement of the corporation. Nevertheless, the idea of modeling isn't bad. I should ask for calculation on income measurement. I wonder exactly how much loss CNR would suffer if I'm to model for an advertisement. I think the model doesn't matter when it comes to the success of your company's investment. I think the key... looks versus business talent, whichever wins. I think it will return as a compliment for you. I'm curious too. Could you let me know the results once they come? Let's do this one. The key is whether the wine itself tastes fine. You know a tremendously important management philosophy. That's something that comes up in my father's autobiography too. What matters is the book itself, not the cover. That's the perpetual truth. But I tested that wine myself. I can guarantee that it's a fine product. Among approximately 20 wines I tasted that day, this one seemed to have the best possibility. It tasted like a fine composition of an appropriate amount of tannin and abundant fragrance of oak. Thinking of which, this wine is close to V's type. I should get one for V in advance. A gift isn't bad, but I think what V needs right now is a friend, not wine. I see that V likes wine too. Oh. I see. Friendship is magic. Ha ha ha. You're right. Thank you for your insightful judgment. I should invite V over. He'll be happy to see how much Elizabeth III grew. It's been a long time since we enjoyed wine together. This is exciting. I'm sure a wine shared with a special person will be even more special. Speaking of V, I think V would make a better model than me. To give you a comparison, I'm more towards a full-bodied wine. What if both of you modeled? What were you two like in the past? In the past? We were no different from what we are now. The only difference would be that we used to see each other and chat together more often. We used to enjoy wines a lot too. V also loves wine, as much as I do. We used to drink a lot without Rika. When I analyzed the wine's weight, impression, and a dish to go with it, V would tell me that a wine should be felt through my senses and used to celebrate the moment. I'm sure those days will come again. Did Rika also like wine? Those days will come again. Of course they will. But I'm not sure when. It is difficult to measure a person's emotions. And my friend has lost his lover. It is impossible to measure his sorrow. Now that I'm thinking of V and Rika, I'm starting to miss those days a bit. I do remember V refusing after a few glasses, saying that he doesn't want Rika to see him drunk. And he had never been drunk, not even after emptying several bottles of wine. I told him that a few glasses won't do any trick, but he was so stubborn. But he used to hang out with me often. Now that Rika's gone, I can hardly see V, let alone enjoy wines. He used to give me a troubled face that there's something scolding him in waiting. But I enjoyed sitting face to face and drinking together. If there really is a God, it feels like he has taken V along with Rika. Don't worry, I'll make sure to finish this as a happy ending. Oh, Juman. I'm sorry. It's been hardly days since I've known you, but it seems things got too personal. Though parting with Rika was painful for all members of the RFA, I bet it was most agonizing for V. Though, of course, it's a duty of those left behind to mourn for the departed. I hope V would win against his sorrow soon. And I'll help with anything during the process. I'll help too. You two are such good friends. I'll help too. Thank you. You do know that the fastest and most perfect way to help is to answer our questions, don't you? Telling us what you know without hiding anything. Which reminds me. I couldn't hear anything from the kitchen for a while now. Normally, at this hour, I should hear Elizabeth III climbing up and down the kitchen bar. I should hear tiny little paw steps for every 2.5 minutes, but I couldn't hear anything for 5 minutes now. Do you have an automatic timer installed in your head by any chance? Maybe something's happened to her. You should hurry up and go. Agreed. Not many things can come before Elizabeth III's safety. I'd better go see if she's okay right now. Now please excuse me. Okay, bye. I got 3 hearts. And a call. Is Elizabeth okay?
바로 받았군. 슬슬 잠자리에 들었을지도 모르겠다는 생각이 들어서
I
그늘에
literally
걸친
just spoke to you.
엘리자베스 3세의 안전을 확인하고 나니 슬슬 건강검진 시기가 다가왔다는 생각이 나서 말이야. 엘리자베스 3세의 주치의에게 전화했더니 자고 있다는 자동응답이 흘러나오더군. 자는 사람을 억지로 깨우느니 내일 아침 일찍 다시 연락하려고 하다가 문득 그대 생각이 났어. 그대는 보통 몇 시쯤 잠자리에 드는지 궁금해.
Doesn't the day start from the midnight? I sleep anytime. I get really sleepy when it becomes 9 or 10. I just sleep at that.
아침에 일찍 일어나는 편인가? 아니면 규칙적인 수면 패턴을 가지고 있는지도 모르겠군. 10시부터 새벽 2시까지 약 4시간 동안 인체는 몸에 유익한 호르몬을 분비한다고 해. 이 시간대에 성장 호르몬이 분비된다는 건 아주 유명한 얘기지. 그리고 밤이 가장 어두운 시간이기 때문에 수면의 질도 가장 좋다고 해. 쉽게 말해 푹 잔다는 뜻이야. 그대는 아주 좋은 수면 습관을 가지고 있군. 그대의 이야기는 잘 들었어. 답변 감사하지. 그대에게 질문의 답을 하나 들은 대가로 나도 그대에게 질문을 하나 받지. 내가 대답해 줄 수 있는 범위라면 뭐든 물어보길.
I want to know about the party. I want to know about you, Juman.
나 말인가? 나에 대해서 어떻게 궁금한 거지?
I want to know what your drinking habit is. What's your 3 sizes? What do you like the most? It's gonna be Elizabeth III.
가족, 친구, RFA, 그리고 엘리자베스 3세. 간단한 질문이로군.
Who's the most precious from there? Juman, do you have friends other than V? Who's the most precious from there?
각자 다른 분야, 다른 영역에서 날 지탱해주는 존재들이야. 분야가 다르니 우열을 정할 순 없어. 생각보다 통화가 길어졌군. 예상 통화 시간보다 12초 오버했어. 아니 이제 13초.
Now it's 15 seconds. It's a shame this phone call is short.
감정적인 건 모르겠지만 유익한 통화였다고 생각해. 앞으로도 파티에 대해 종종 통화할 일이 있을 테니까 그때 다시 이야기하지. 더 이상 초과 시간을 늘리지 않기 위해서라도 이제 끊겠어. 그럼 이만.
Alright, good night. And now let's check what we got here, because we got a message. Sorry to text you. I just washed myself and took a peek at the mirror, and man, I looked gorgeous. Too bad I couldn't show you. Sorry to text you so suddenly. Have a good night. And I can't answer. I will have a good night. And we got a Juman. I can read your thoughts from merely your eyes. This one's going to be a lot of work. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.